Yo, what's up everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim, and today I'm going to be opening one of the most interesting products ever released by the Pokemon Company. Yep, okay, here we go. The Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. I was originally unsure if I would have the opportunity to open and play the Pokemon TCG Classic because of its $400 price tag. This is the most expensive Pokemon TCG product ever released by the Pokemon Company. And with that comes a whole bunch of questions, like why? And who is this product actually marketed towards? Collectors, that's for sure. There's a Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise in this set that are reprints of the base set versions with a special unique holofoil pattern. And you know that collectors are going to love that. But is there anybody actually planning on opening the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic and then playing the decks that come within it against their friends? Well, I guess I'm one of those people, but this is my job after all. Most people probably can't afford a $400 Pokemon TCG board game experience. So if you're interested in what comes in the Pokemon TCG Classic and what the decks are like played against one another, then this video is for you. Let's get into it. Well, here goes nothing. Usually I'm pretty savage when it comes to opening products, but I'm gonna have some respect for the for the box this time around, I think. Okay. Here we go. All of the cards come in this little box. Very cool. Welcome Trainer. Neato. So here we've got our 3 decks and our 3 sets of sleeves. The hero card of the fire deck is Ho-Oh EX. It's got 220 HP and 2 attacks. Its first attack, Phoenix Breath, costs 1 fire energy and allows you to attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. Its second attack, Eternal Blaze, costs 2 fire and 2 colorless energy, and it does 180 damage, with the drawback being during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. There is the disclaimer there in the corner: this card cannot be used at official tournaments. So you can't play Ho-Oh EX in your standard deck, and the only cards that are legal for standard events in the Pokemon TCG Classic are the basic energy, which are stunning. I mean, look at the holo pattern on this basic energy. These are really cool. This is a totally unique holofoil pattern. I've never seen this before. It's like a sparkly star holofoil pattern. It's just really pops. It's really cool. I definitely love the look of these basic energy. Now the stars on those are fantastic. These are some of the prettiest holofoil cards that I've ever seen from the Pokemon Company International, that's for sure. Next up, we've got Clefable, which is one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever. I remember being at the beach when I was a kid and opening a booster pack of Jungle when my parents bought me 1 booster pack, and I pulled a Clefable, and I remember thinking this card was so good. Now, something that's interesting about these cards is that they don't have the original set symbol printed on them, so they are a little bit different in that regard. Originally, Clefable's from Jungle, but we don't have the Jungle set logo. Now, I've been getting some questions about playing cards from the Pokemon TCG Classic in Gym Leader Challenge. Gym Leader Challenge is a custom Pokemon TCG format, and cards like Double Colorless Energy will be legal from the Pokemon TCG Classic in Gym Leader Challenge as a reprint, and I think that's totally fine. But any of the unique cards from the Pokemon TCG Classic or reprints like computer search is not going to be legal in GLC. The Clefable is not going to be legal in GLC. Just the cards that kind of already exist as reprints, like Double Colorless and Super Rod. This computer search is such a powerful card, allowing you to discard 2 cards from your hand to search your deck for whatever card you want. This was reprinted during the black and white era as an A-Spec, and A-Specs are returning soon to the Pokemon TCG in 2024. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of A-Specs we're going to get this time around. Bill allows you to draw 2 cards. Nice supporter card. We've got 4 copies of Bill. And who could forget Professor Oak, a supporter card that allows you to discard your hand and draw 7. The original Professor Oak was not a supporter, but in order to kind of keep the consistency of the Pokemon TCG Classic with the modern Pokemon game, they've turned Professor Oak into a supporter card. Ooh, and here is our Charizard line. We've got Charmander with a beautiful hollow foil pattern. Such a nostalgic card. I love the look of this Charmander. It is perfect in my mind. And I know that's just nostalgia talking, but it's also Arita, okay, who's an incredible artist. So maybe it is the perfect Charmander. Charmeleon. And no Charizard yet. It's in here somewhere. Pokeball. Rocket's Admin is a phenomenal supporter card. Classic from EX Rocket Returns. This card was also reprinted in the Celebrations set. It allows you to shuffle your hand into your deck, both you and your opponent, and then you both draw a card for each of your remaining prize cards. Kind of like N from Noble Victories. Ooh, and what a pretty switch we've got. Love that. Ultra Ball. And there he is. Check that out. Charizard in all of its glory. 120 HP. And the Energy Burn Pokemon power, which makes it so that all energy attached to this Pokemon are fire energy instead of their usual type. And its Fire Spin attack does 100 damage. And you have to discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. I love this card. I never owned it as a kid. I always just had to look at my friends' Charizards with envy. But the Pokemon TCG Classic version of this Charizard definitely does the original justice with a beautiful hollow foil pattern, totally unique. I love this card. What a cool card. Wow. Ponyta and Rapidash. Rapidash, beautiful Pokemon. Classic Pokemon. And I think that all of the Pokemon contained within the Pokemon TCG Classic are from the 1st and 2nd generation. So no Pokemon from Gen 3 onward contained in the Pokemon TCG Classic sets. Love this Magmar, originally from Fossil. Super disruptive Pokemon. And who could forget Pikachu? Yes, the original Arita artwork. So cool that some of these artists that made the original Pokemon cards are still creating art for Pokemon today. Arita did many of the most iconic Pokemon from base set, and then also did all of the tag team Pokemon cards. I mean, just a Pokemon TCG artistic legend. And I love this Pikachu. It's so good. Chunky Pikachu. They should have never changed Pikachu's model. And Raichu with the Mach Bolt attack does 120 damage. Electrode is a favorite for sure. My wife Natalie collects Electrodes, and I know she is excited to add this one to her collection. That artwork is so cool too. Zapdos, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And then Dunsparce, a super good card for setting up with the Strike and Run attack. Allows you to search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Stantler, also super good for consistency with that lead attack. You can search your deck for a supporter and put it into your hand. Miltank. Oh my gosh. I mean, just look how good these cards look. They look amazing. Oh my goodness. I have to say, I really am blown away by the quality of these cards. These just really pop. They are gorgeous. Definitely feels like I'm opening a premium Pokemon TCG product, and I would hope so, honestly. Scorching Charcoal is a unique Pokemon tool card just for the Pokemon TCG Classic. It's not a reprint or anything like that. It's just a totally unique card that only exists within this set. Each of the decks have an equivalent of Scorching Charcoal, but Scorching Charcoal makes it so that your Charizard's attacks do 100 more damage. So Fire Spin can do 200 damage, which is pretty cool. There's Super Rod, good for recovery. Super Scoop Up allows you to pick up one of your Pokemon and put it into your hand if you flip a heads. And then Versus Seeker, one of my favorite item cards of all time, originally from Fire Red and Leaf Green, then reprinted in Phantom Forces, allows you to put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. And that's it for the Charizard deck. Up next, the Water deck featuring Suicune EX. Suicune EX has 220 hit points and the Aqua Lift ability, which reads, if this Pokemon has any water energy attached, it has no retreat cost. And then its attack, Crystal Blast, does 60 damage plus 30 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. And there's a look at those beautiful energy. The Water deck also features Psychic Pokemon, it looks like. And there we go. Take a look at that awesome Mewtwo. This is a reprint of the Mewtwo from XY Evolutions, which was a card that references the Mewtwo from base set. Its attack is a little bit more powerful, and it's got a lot more HP, but a very strong card. We've got computer searches and double colorless energy, Bills, Professor Oak, and wow, look at that. Okay, here we go. Squirtle was always my favorite, my starter of choice when playing red and blue version. Absolutely love this dude. And the holofoil looks great on you, Squirtle. War Turtle, classic Ken Sugimori artwork. How could you forget about War Turtle? And it looks like a lot of these decks have the same supporter item trainer lineup, right? We've got switches, ultra balls, double colorless energy, and then there's Blastoise. Blastoise is such a cool dude. 100 HP and the Hydro Pump attack, which does 40 damage plus 10 more damage for each extra water energy attached to this Pokemon, so it could do up to 60 damage for 5 energy. Wow, how far the Pokemon TCG has come since then. And then Rain Dance allows you to attach as many water energy from your hand to your water Pokemon as you like during your turn. Staryu and Starmie. Magikarp, and this has the kind of burnished gold border from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era. Love that. With the Gyarados too. How epic is that dude? Lapras, or as I like to call it, Lapdog. And Articuno, originally from the Fossil sets. Drowsy and Hypno. And check out this Mr. Mime. This artwork is super cool. It was never released internationally. I think it was a Japan exclusive artwork, maybe for like the vending machine promos, but this artwork rules. Lieutenant Surge's Rattata with Lieutenant Surge's Raticate. I do love the Gym Pokemon. It's one of my favorite sets, Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge. Kangaskhan, Boss's Orders, drops in the ocean, which makes it so that your Blastoise does 100 more damage, which is definitely necessary considering Blastoise's paltry 60 damage output doesn't exactly hold up when Pokemon EX are involved. And we've got the Fan Club, Rare Candy, Super Rod, and Versus Seeker. The last deck is the Grass deck featuring Lugia EX. Lugia EX has 230 HP and 2 attacks. Its first attack, Rising Wind, does 30 damage for 2 colorless energy and allows you to search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. And then Arrow Break does 200 damage for 4 energy, and Lugia does 30 damage to itself. We got those super pretty energy, grass, and fighting. And there's Sun Seed, which makes it so that your Venusaur, you guessed it, does 100 more damage. We've got Onyx with some bills. And there's Bulbasaur. The perfect artwork. I know it's nostalgia, but the perfect Bulbasaur. The perfect Ivysaur. Ken Sugimori. I mean, flawless. And here's the big dude, Venusaur. 100 HP and the Energy Trans Pokemon power, which allows you to move a grass energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon as often as you like during your turn. And then Solar Beam does 60 damage for 4 grass energy. Ooh, this Paris is so cool. Love the clay artwork on that. And it's got Call for Family, which can help you set up. Searches your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and puts them onto the bench. Parasect allows you to search for 2 basic grass energy and attach them to your Pokemon with its nutritional support attack. And Scyther from Jungle. Iconic card. This card was so good during the early days of the Pokemon TCG. Now, it's just a little guy. 70 HP, no retreat cost, but this card used to win games. Now is just a cool fellow with free retreats, but I love Scyther. This card is awesome. Pinsir and Sandshrew. Sandslash. Hitmonlee with the coordinated strike attack. If Hitmonchan's on your bench, it does 160 damage. Wow. And Hitmonchan has the coordinated beatdown. If Hitmonlee's on your bench, does 40. Doduo and Dodrio. Dodrio has the Retreat Aid Pokebody, which makes it so that your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 colorless less. And Chansey, the original big basic from base set with 120 HP. That's crazy. Chansey was the largest basic Pokemon for a long time in the Pokemon TCG. Now we got Pokemon like Snorlax with 150. Crazy. This deck also comes with Pokemon Nurse, which allows you to heal all damage from one of your Pokemon, and then discard any energy attached to the Pokemon that you healed. The Pokemon TCG Classic also comes with 3 packs of custom sleeves for your decks. And now let's see what's in the box. The box that the Pokemon TCG Classic comes in actually unfolds into the playmat, which is super neat. And the play surface is this really nice fabric surface. There's some nice branding there on the side of the carrying case. Let's open this thing up. Wow. And here we are. I feel like I'm opening some expensive jewels or something. The inside of the box is like velvety. And here we go. Wow. This is the damage counter and randomizer tray. So the Pokemon TCG Classic comes with its own randomizer. Instead of rolling a die, you spin the little marble And if the marble lands in one of the holes without the white line, that's a tails. And if the marble lands in one of the holes with the white line, that's a heads. It's kind of a funny way to randomize heads or tails. Seems a little overly complicated, if you ask me, when you could just flip a coin or, roll a die. But it is kind of quirky and fun. And when actually playing and using the rolling mechanism, it does actually kind of create some suspense as you're waiting for the marble to find the hole, which, can be fun. These are the poison and burn markers that come with the Pokemon TCG Classic. They are metal rings, so no plastic here. None of these accessories are plastic. They are weighty and metallic, which gives them a super nice premium feel to them. And I do really enjoy the creativity of doing a poison and a burn marker with like a hole in it, as it allows you to kind of see more of the card through the hole. And also you can, wear them on your finger. One of the most unique things about the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic is the inclusion of the stackable cone damage counters that you see here. And you can, stack them to show how much damage is on your Pokemon. There's 100, 150, 160. Easy. And you can even, toss your little poison marker on there, and now Suicune is poisoned. How cool is that? Unfortunately, these don't look great from above. So Joe and I aren't going to be using them during our tabletop gameplay, as it's very hard to tell how much damage is on your Pokemon with these stackable cones. But I do think that they're super cool and unique and add to the fun of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic experience. And finally, each deck comes with its own magnetic clasp deck box, branded with the energy symbol on the front: grass, water, and fire. These are really, really cool, and I'm probably going to siphon these off and use them for my Gym Leader Challenge decks. So there you have the contents of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. But the real fun comes from sleeving the decks up and battling them against one another. My friend Joe and I live streamed some games of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic decks on Twitch, and we had a lot of fun. We played 5 games, and if you want to see all of them, you can check out the Tricky Jim VOD's YouTube channel, where I upload my streams in their entirety right here on YouTube. But in today's video, I'm just going to showcase a game between the Water deck featuring Blastoise and Suicune EX and the Fire deck featuring Ho-Oh EX and Charizard. Before we get to the gameplay, I want to do a little bit of shameless self-promotion. I've got new Tricky Jim t-shirts available at trickygym.com. If you want to be the coolest person at this year's holiday party and have people begging to kiss you underneath the mistletoe, then make sure to pick one up today. And good luck.
Good luck. Starting with Mewtwo, who's one of my favorite guys to start with. I think he's pretty neat. I'll just go ahead.
Did you draw?
I did not draw. I will draw. Oh, busted. Get the Squirtle right out the gate. Attach for turn to my Mewtwo in the active. And pass it over to you. That's all you need.
Draw. I've got a pretty nice looking opening hand, but unfortunately, it looks like I may have to discard my Rare Candy and my Electrode if I want to get moving. And get moving is definitely something I want to do. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to those cards. Attach double colorless to Stantler, bench Ponyta, and Professor Oak. Discard my hand, draw 7 cards.
Yeah, I am totally fine with seeing that Electrode hit the discard.
Electrode's gas.
Yeah.
Ultra Ball, discard 2 Lightning Energy.
Oh, okay. I see you.
Now let's see what we got going on in this deck. Rapidash. I haven't taken a look at this card yet. Ring of Fire does 50 damage and then burns and prevents retreating. It's cool. I remember Magmar from Fossil. It's funny, they don't have the set symbols on them. They are kind of blank there. But this card was from Fossil and saw play back in the day.
Back before I was born.
Holy smokes, dude. I mean, when you say it like that. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm looking for Ho-Oh EX. It's going to be my grab. Also wanted to see that Zapdos is in here. That's good. Okay, Clefable. With Ultra Ball, I'll get Ho-Oh EX and put it onto my bench. And then use Frightened Horn, which does 20 damage. And since you are a basic Pokemon, you also become confused.
Uh-oh. Draw. So now, Confusion, when I attack, I flip, and if it's heads, I attack like normal. Tails, it's 30 damage?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. I will go ahead and evolve Magikarp to Gyarados down here on my bench. Attach for turn to my Mewtwo in the active. Play Rocket's Admin. Shuffle and draw 6.
Sounds good. Confusion flips can definitely decide games. It's always fun playing more limited formats like this. I feel like Confusion and many other special conditions don't really see a lot of impact in standard format in general. But in limited formats like this box set or at pre-release formats, special conditions tend to play a pretty large role.
Oh, definitely.
And special conditions historically played a very large role in the original Pokemon TCG, during base set, fossil, all of that. So getting to see, special conditions really make a difference in games is certainly fun and exciting.
Oh, sweet hand. We're getting to lay down the Suicune EX, a Kangaskhan as well, putting the drops in the ocean onto my Squirtle, so I can do more than 40 damage later on. Bringing in the flipping device. So we are attacking with Psychic for a potential 60 damage if I get heads here. I did not get heads here. So, uh-oh.
There we go. Confusion. Excellent. Stantler, you're doing a good job. Draw. Ooh, nice. Evolve Ponyta into Rapidash. I've got a pretty juiced-looking hand, not going to lie. Play Bill to draw 2. Bench Voltorb. Computer search, discard a fire and a lightning energy. And I want to go get an attacker. So I think I'm going to get Zapdos. Zapdos kind of seems like that dude in this matchup. I'll computer search for Zapdos. We call that a fancy Ultra Ball. Bench Zapdos. Fire energy to Ho-Oh EX. Yeah, you ain't got nothing, dog.
Yeah, why don't you rub it in a little bit more, man?
Play Switch. And use Phoenix Breath, which allows me to attach up to 2 basic energy from my discard pile to my Pokemon in any way you like. I'm going to attach 2 lightning energy to my benched Zapdos. And it's your turn.
Seems good. Draw. Whew. So looking at this hand, don't have a whole lot that I'm looking to do here. I mean, if I attack with Mewtwo, I got to flip for Confusion again, but he's got a 2 retreat cost, so like retreating. No, I think I will actually attach the double colorless here to Kangaskhan. Retreat off the Mewtwo. And Comet Punch. Bringing in the flipper. Got 4 coins to flip. The fun never ends.
Tail. All right, 1
Dang.
tails. 2 tails.
Wow. No way. Yo, let's go. 20 whole damage.
Okay.
Take that.
Ho-Oh is really hurting.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw. Play Bill. Yeah, I'm not really sweating that Comet Punch, I'm not going to lie. I think that's probably okay. Attach a fire energy to Ho-Oh EX, and then Phoenix Breath. Attach 2 energy from my discard pile to Zapdos, just so I kind of feel protected if you happen to pop off with Suicune.
Hey, you never know. Draw. Ultra Ball. Away Hypno. And Lieutenant Surge's Rattata. I think just War Turtle. So I can get a little bit closer to getting the Blastoise into play. Yeah, it's just going to be the War Turtle from me. So I will shuffle up. And then Comet Punch once again.
I feel like the flipper needs its own theme music.
There's a Tails.
You keep going to the same one. You got to give it a little mustard, bro. See what I'm saying?
There we go.
It's a skill diff, dude. It's a skill diff. I'm saying it. Hey, look at you now.
That's crazy. That's
3
crazy.
heads.
Wow.
I know. Okay, so 60 damage. My Ho-Oh has got 80 on it.
Now you should be scared.
You
should be trembling.
Draw. All right, my hand's not like super goated right now, and I feel like I've kind of used Phoenix Breath enough because I have no energy in the discard pile. So I'm just going to retreat Ho-Oh EX into Stantler, Ultra Ball, discard Charizard and Charmeleon.
Dang.
It's fine. They're weak to water, you know. Am I going to put 4 energy on our Charizard this match? No. Ultra Ball for Pikachu and bench it. And then I'll use Lead, which allows me to search my deck for a supporter card and to put it into my hand. That's good, because I need to get some new cards. I'll get Professor Oak.
All right. Draw for turn. Putting down Mr. Mime. That Pokemon Power Dampening Shield's going to be really important. That turns off both of our Pokemon's weaknesses and resistances.
What?
So I am no longer... Yeah.
What?
You had the card like 5 times and you never read it?
No, I didn't read it. This thing's broken.
Yeah, it's broken.
Oh my!
How are you gonna take care of that Suicune now? You're not. There's nothing that can deal with it,
dude.
And then Professor Oak to discard my 0 card hand and draw a fresh 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pokeball, bringing back the flipper. Tails. That's okay, because I got the Blastoise anyway. Attach for turn to Suicune EX, and then Rain Dance onto the Suicune EX, and we'll go for the Comet Punch, flipping some more coins. This is what, we're already at a dozen coin flips after this one. There's a heads.
Heads. 2 heads.
My luck's turning around.
3
heads. Can I get the 4th heads? Can I get the KO on this Stantler? Whoa!
That's so crazy.
That's like the law of averages in action.
4 heads.
Seeing it here live.
Stantler.
That's a KO.
Oh, no.
Is that my first KO of the stream? Besides when you knocked out your own Electrode?
Yeah. It might be. Promote Zapdos and draw. Oh boy. All right, now things are feeling kind of bad. I was expecting this Stantler to stick around for a turn, and it did not. Professor Oak, discard Miltank, and let's draw 7 cards. Pokeball. Let's go.
First KO in just under 2 hours. Oh, jeez.
Oh, my Clefairy is prized. That or it's in the discard pile. Oh, Clefairy's prized. I would have slammed that thing down. Clefairy's prized. My Super Rod's prized. Uh-oh. This is looking kind of ugly. We have Pokeball for Charmander.
The tides are turning.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Bench Magmar. Evolve Pikachu into Raichu. Attach Fire Energy to Ho-Oh and retreat Zapdos into Ho-Oh EX. And then Phoenix Breath to attach 2 energy to my Raichu. Your turn.
Draw. Rain Dance onto Suicune EX. Attach for turn this Psychic Energy onto Mewtwo. I'm going to play my Versus Seeker here to recover the Professor Oak. Professor Oak to discard my hand and draw 7 new cards. And oh boy, I get to Rain Dance again onto Suicune. Hard Retreat Kangaskhan. I believe that's a Crystal Blast for knockout, is it not?
Oh, yeah, I'm weak
90...
to water.
Well, I've got the Mr. Mime. So I've got a, yeah, it actually, so that's 90 plus 60 is 150, 150 plus the 80. Yeah, it's still a knockout.
Okay.
Sweet. Just barely. I needed to find that last energy.
Ho-Oh goes down, and I'm in a pretty compromising situation right now. Yes, sir. It would be totally cool if the Mr. Mime didn't just turn off weaknesses like no big deal or something, but yeah, it's a tough situation that we're in. I need to top deck back-to-back energies. Promote Zapdos and draw. I do not, so I'm going to need to flip some heads. I know I've got no basics in my deck, so playing Pokemon Fan Club will not do anything. Come on, Thundershock. Let's go. 20 damage, and you are paralyzed.
Okie dokie. Draw for turn. Attach Psychic for turn to Mewtwo down here on the bench. Bill to draw 2 cards. Rain Dance 1 on to my Blastoise. I will just pass.
Okay, Zapdos, we can do this.
How long can you flip heads?
Let's see. Okay. Bench Charmander. Versus Seeker. Let's get Professor Oak from the discard pile back into my hand. And Professor Oak to discard all those dudes and draw 7 cards. So I swing, you go to 2. I swing and knock out, you go to 1. And I need to be able to knock out the Blastoise. You know, but what if I stalled a couple more turns? That would be kind of sweet. All right, I've got another play. Attach Fire Energy to Rapidash. And here we go. Thundershock. Yes!
No way.
This is huge. This is huge.
This is huge. So, draw for turn. Doesn't even matter, though, because I'm totally going to hit the switch off of this bill. Did not hit the switch off of this bill. So, still kind of a tricky scenario. Going to put this double colorless onto Gyarados, and I'll just have to pass for turn.
Draw. Well, things are certainly getting interesting now. Attach Fire Energy to Rapidash. Scorching Charcoal to Charmander. Boss's orders, Mr. Mime.
No!
Retreat Zapdos into Rapidash. And I'll Ring of Fire for 50 damage, taking the knockout.
All right. I'll bring Suicune EX back into play. Draw for turn. Oh, there it is. 1 turn too late.
Thank goodness I didn't go for the paralysis again.
Yeesh. bench Lapras. I'll play Rocket's Admin.
Okay.
Yeah. Draw my 3.
And I get 5.
Not great. Not what I particularly wanted to see off that. I have the free retreat with Aqua Lift, my ability there, since I have water energy attached. And I will use Barrier to stall for a turn.
Okay, interesting, interesting. I see. Draw. Play Bill. Attach lightning energy from my hand to Raichu. Pass to you.
Draw for turn. Professor Oak. Discarding my hand. Draw 7 new cards. I can Rain Dance an energy down on it to my Gyarados. Switch to bring him up into the active. Super Rod.
Boo.
Getting, of course, the Mr. Mime back. Think I'll grab Staryu as well. And just this 1 Psychic Energy. Putting those 3 back into my deck. I'll go ahead and use Hydro Splash for the knockout with weakness.
Yes, 50
Perfect.
times 2.
Yep.
Perfect math on my Rapidash, unfortunately.
That's what you get for taking care of the Mr. Mime. You would have lived that easy.
Yes. Promote Zapdos. And draw. Attach double colorless energy to Zapdos and play Rocket's Admin.
Whew.
So
Going down to 2 cards is not ideal.
yes, unfortunately, I've got a long ways to go.
Especially when I had 2 Oak in my hand, but
And I'll get 5. You get 2. And Drill Peck for 120 damage times 2. 240 for the knockouts.
all right. Going up with the Suicune EX. Drawing for turn. Not particularly what I wanted to see here. No matter. I am going to retreat for free with my Aqua Lift ability. Promoting up Mewtwo. Barrier.
Okay,
Yeah.
just going to buy a turn.
Just gonna bide my time. Draw into the cards I need. There's no way he gusts me this turn.
I think my boss is down. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think they play 2.
I can't remember. Have you used your Versus Seeker yet?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're big chillin'. I'm in no rush. Just have to not throw it away.
Okay. And I'm hoping you do.
Yeah.
Attach a fire energy from my hands to Magmar. Retreat Zapdos into Magmar. And pass to you.
All right. Draw. Pokeball.
Okay.
Big flip here.
This is a big flip.
This
Oh,
is a
God.
massive flip. Just letting it go. Just letting it.
No!
Let's
go.
You know exactly who I'm going to be bringing out of the deck.
No, dude.
It's going to be my guy, Mr. Mime.
Oh,
once again.
no.
With that ability, don't have to worry about weakness anymore. Means you can't just destroy my Suicune EX with your Raichu or your Zapdos.
That was the plan, dog.
That was the plan. Man, if my opponent didn't use counterplay,
Yes.
I'd be so good.
I know.
Hard retreat, my Mewtwo, bringing up the Suicune EX. Furthermore, boss's orders, the Raichu, and Crystal Blast for 150 for knockout.
That hurts. That hurts. Okay. All I need is like some heads off Thundershock. That's it. He's got nothing. How many cards in hand?
3 cards in hand.
We'll draw. Play Rocket's Admin. Okay, and I get 4. Thundershock. Heads.
That is some paralysis. Draw. Not a card I can play in my hand after that Rocket's admin to 1. I'll go ahead and pass. Back to you.
Draw. Thundershock.
No!
Let's go!
So that brings me up to 80. Paralysis again. Draw for turn. I will attach Psychic Energy for turn to Mewtwo. Pass again.
Okay, draw. I think I'm not going to have enough time to do it. Thundershock. It's going to be a heads.
There's no way.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go! Draw and Crystal Blast for the knockout. We take those.
That was close. That was close. That was good. That was good. Wow. I mean, shoot, that was a good game. And we saw the Mr. Mime. My goodness, that card makes such a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm starting to see the water deck might just be the best one.
The water deck's pretty good.
I was feeling like there was really some counterplay going on when I thought that maybe some of your best guys were weak to some of my guys, but then when I realized you could just turn off all the weaknesses.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that's so good.
Well, and then it's supposed to be like you're giving yourself a drawback because then your Ho-Oh is really strong and I can't one-shot you, but it's like I'm doing enough damage where it doesn't matter. You can stack up Suicune infinitely.
Yeah.
I could one-shot you with the Mr. Mime in play if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's super good. It is fun though, I have to say. I'm definitely enjoying myself with these decks. It feels like there's there's some interesting interaction. There's clearly a lot of thought went into the development of them. And I kind of get from a design standpoint where they kind of feel like there has to be an EX in there, right? It's like give players a hero card that they can really rally their deck behind. Like I get it from that standpoint as well. You're really at the end of the day, it's a product that I guess you have to market to some people. But then there's the larger question, like, who is the product marketed towards?
Beats me.
People who like $400 board games, collectors probably. But then it's like, I guess, maybe trying to incentivize collectors to try playing the game. But everybody, if you're a collector and you're buying this, you're probably just putting the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur in a slab and calling it a day. So it's
either that or you're never even cracking the box in the first place. You got it up on a shelf looking pretty, but I really, if you have this, like, I want people to be playing with this. I think this is meant to be enjoyed.
For sure. And it is. I think it was a lot of fun playing those games. It's like it being its own kind of contained format, its own contained experience, I think is something that's really unique about it. The fact that these decks just kind of exist in this box set and they never change, and it's just like, if you want to just play a little bit of classic,
whip up some Pokemon cards. And
I really like that from a conceptual standpoint from the Pokemon Company. I really like that they kind of developed something like this, a standalone format experience. Something that Pokemon, I feel like, has always kind of been missing is that kind of extra format. You got pre-releases, and pre-releases are fine.
I like pre-releases. I have fun with them.
Me too. But do you ever play pre-release format not during pre-release time?
No,
okay.
Never.
so it's not that fun.
Yeah, that's true. You
may have fun with it, but it's not that fun, right? It's not fun enough that you're gonna like, let's go buy some Silver Tempest build a battle decks and or build a battle kits and do a little build a battle. It's not that fun, but it's kind of fun.
It's fun because of the atmosphere of it.
Yes.
Especially if it's opening night, like a midnight pre-release type deal, and you're really trying to get whatever the hot new card is, or just the community aspect of it is what makes it a lot of fun for me,
Exactly. And I like, Gym Leader Challenge is a great alternative format. I do like playing pre-releases during pre-release time because it's like a really unique, kind of different Pokemon experience. But, compared to other trading card games like Magic the Gathering, you're really missing that draft. There's no draft. cubes are a little bit more difficult to come by sometimes. I mean, people have Pokemon cubes, but even so, like,
you've
cube
got to
is a
be
little bit
pretty
different.
like deep into it to have it. Like for a casual player, like
Yeah.
a cube isn't really something that's super obtainable. It seems like.
Right. I think it's just nice that there's this alternative Pokemon format that they created, and you know, I think it would be really cool if more things like this existed, maybe without the $400 price tag.
Mhm.
because even though it's like, yes, you've got this cool alternative, like, format that's kind of accessible, you buy it and it's a complete thing, it is, then it becomes non-accessible because who's gonna buy it? Who's gonna buy it and then feel comfortable like riffling it up and like, chucking it around and playing with it? A lot of people are gonna be like, no, don't play with it. It costs $400. I definitely enjoyed playing the Pokemon TCG Classic. If you're lucky enough to own one or know somebody who owns one, give it a try for yourself. That's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you so much, Joe, for joining me today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. It was my pleasure.
Really liked having you on. We'll chat. Maybe we can get you by Due Standard sometime. That'd be a lot of fun.
Definitely. Let me know.